Why broke people look rich, and rich people look average. Nobody wants to hear this, but I'll say it anyway. The people who look the richest are usually the ones drowning in debt. And the people who look average, hoodies, old cars, cheap watches, are often the ones building empires. You know this is true. You've seen the guy who earns $2,000 a month but wears a $700 sneaker. The guy who works hourly, but leases a BMW because it motivates him. He lives for the flex. For the comments. For the glance of approval. For that moment of validation when someone says, "Bro, you're killing it." But you and I both know what happens when the lights turn off. The rich image stays on Instagram. And the debt stays in real life. Why this problem matters. This topic destroys lives because it rewrites your identity. You start believing that value is something you have to wear. You think wealth is a costume, not a mindset. You believe owning a luxury bag makes you successful, when in reality it just makes you scared of losing it. Broke people try to buy respect. Rich people earn it quietly. You know how dangerous this is? Because every time you buy something to impress people who don't care, you are proving to yourself that you are not enough without it. The poor don't spend money to solve problems. They spend money to solve feelings. Insecurity, loneliness, boredom, envy. And those feelings will drain you faster than bad investments ever will. Broke people chase applause, not results. Here's the painful truth. Broke people don't want money, they want the appearance of money. It's why they rush to buy chains instead of stocks. It's why they wear luxury belts while their bank account is screaming. It's why they borrow to go on vacations just to upload pictures for strangers. They want status without sacrifice. They want admiration without achievement. They want to look like winners without doing what winners do. You see this in every street. A guy with an iPhone 15 who can't afford rent. A girl buying designer lipstick but crying over $5 coffee. Teens spending their entire paycheck just to flex on TikTok. Meanwhile the real wealthy walk past them in plain shirts. Quiet eyes. Zero need to prove anything. Why? Because rich people don't buy validation. They don't need it. Their accomplishments speak louder than any outfit. Wealthy people invest in identity, not image. A rich person knows the truth. Money is a tool, not a trophy. They don't obsess over looking successful. They obsess over becoming someone who stays successful. The average guy spends $300 a month on shoes, dinners, alcohol, subscriptions, Uber rides. Then he complains about not having capital. But the wealthy? They invest in assets, skills, and leverage. Courses, mentors, stocks, businesses, teams, networks. The poor ask, "How can I look good right now?" The rich ask, "How can I become someone who never has to worry again?" Think about that difference. One is buying comfort. The other is building freedom. That's why wealthy people wear simple clothes. Because they don't need to scream who they are. They already know. Broke people fear judgment, rich people fear mediocrity. Here's what nobody wants to admit. The broke are terrified of looking poor. The rich are terrified of staying average. Poor people will go broke trying to look rich. Because their entire identity is external. They dress for strangers. They spend to impress people they secretly envy. They drown in credit card payments just to feel valuable. Meanwhile, a millionaire wakes up in a $10 hoodie. Because he doesn't care who is watching. He cares about what he is building. Broke people use money to escape their reality. Rich people use money to change it. One buys distraction. The other buys momentum. That's why the broke are always chasing the next flex. And the wealthy are always chasing the next level. The environment trap, mediocrity feels normal. Look around the typical broke person's circle. Everyone is trying to outflex each other. New phone. New shoes. New outfit. New party. They're not improving. They're competing to see who can pretend better. The wealthy live differently. They sit in rooms with people smarter than them. They don't brag, they ask questions. They don't fight for relevance, they fight for growth. If you hang around people who only talk about stuff, you will become someone who only buys stuff. If you hang around people who talk about building, you will become someone who builds. You can't grow in soil that worships comfort. Hard truths. Here it is with no sugar. You are leaking money to impress people who would never help you. You are decorating your prison instead of breaking the walls. You are chasing validation because you don't have identity. You are buying luxury while selling your future. You are not poor because you don't have opportunities. You are poor because you spend money to prove you matter. The hoodie millionaire doesn't care how you see him. He cares how his portfolio sees him. Successful people don't perform. They practice. Do this tonight. Stop buying to impress. Stop flexing to feel worthy. Stop chasing attention and start chasing competence. Do this every morning. Ask yourself, what skill am I sharpening today that will make me valuable in 5 years? Do this forever. Spend money on education, tools, mentorship, assets, health, your craft. And stop buying fake status, fake confidence, fake importance, fake lifestyle. You don't escape poverty by pretending you're rich. You escape by becoming someone who doesn't fear hard work. Wealthy people look average because their power isn't on their body. It's in their character. Their discipline. Their patience. Their resilience. A broke person buys gold chains. A rich person buys the mine. A broke person buys a luxury car. A wealthy person buys the business that produces the car. You don't become wealthy by wanting. You become wealthy by becoming someone who can carry responsibility. Real wealth isn't loud. It's quiet. It doesn't scream. It builds. If this resonated with you, good. That means you already know something needs to change. Drop a comment. I choose real wealth, not fake status. Share this with someone who needs to hear the truth. And subscribe for more psychology of money, discipline, and becoming who you were built to be. Your future doesn't change when your lifestyle gets flashier. It changes when your mindset does.